Welcome guys to another episode of Naija Infusions Kitchen. Remember, you can catch us on Instagram, Awesome Dishes, via our website Naija Infusion. Send us an email, info@Naija Infusion. We do great spices, great food. We're a catering company based in the United Kingdom, Battersea to be precise, in London. Thank you very much. So let's get cracking. We've got Ogbono ingredients here. I've got ugu. Okro is Ogbono mixed with okro. I've got my okro here is 300 grams. I've got a cup of Ogbono, which I brought from Nigeria. The ones in the UK sometimes go very funny. I've got a good amount of crayfish, a lot of pepper, as much as you can undo. My mixed meat, smoked mackerel, which I've taken up the skin and deboned. Half a cup of palm oil, very stock cube. 2 tablespoons of stock cube, and the secret ingredient here is calabash nutmeg. Let's get cracking. In my pot here, I've got 1 liter of hot boiling water. And to start, we add the crayfish, the pepper. Ogbono is one of the fastest soup you can actually cook. I love it. It's so easy. The stock seasoning. And what I do is add the palm oil. You can choose to mix the palm oil with your Ogbono and just stir it together. It's up to you. There's no, it's not set in stone. Okay, so that goes in, and the next thing I'll add is the Ogbono. And once that goes in, I'll give it a good stir. I give it a good stir. And what I love to do is also add the ugu leaves, because ugu can be quite tough. So once I add the ugu leaf, it helps to soften it a little bit. This soup cooks so fast, it's unbelievable. My daughter actually chopped up the leaves for me. Everyone is called multitasking. So I'm gonna give that a good stir, and what I do is place the lid on and allow it cook for a few minutes. It's already cooked. I don't really need to pour it in for a very long time. I've boiled and grilled the meat. You can add the meat when you add the water and everything, but I like to do things a bit different sometimes. You don't have to conform to any particular way of doing it. So the meat goes in, and what I do is give it a good stir as well. And the next thing I do is add my smoked fish. I didn't cut them into little pieces. I wanted them in chunks. So that goes in. If you add the smoked mackerel at the very beginning, what it does is break up, and that is another drama on its own. Because I still want them in chunk, I've decided to leave it in. Then I add my calabash nutmeg. Not to say you can add one thing before the other. You can, is how you want to add it. That's how you do it. Don't be conformed to thinking, oh, this is how I must do it. It's set in stone. And my grandmother used to do it this way. My granddaddy used to do it this way. As long as your meat is cooked. Oh my God, I just threw one meat off the pot. Meat went extremely softened, I would have added it from the very beginning, but because the meat is soft already, I've boiled and I've grilled it. That is why I added it at that point, which I added it in. And the okro, because I wanted it as well to infuse very well, so I added it at the very end also. And the stockfish, I didn't want it to break. But if you want to do it earlier than I did it, feel free. Immediately the water goes in, you're adding the pepper, you're adding the oil, add the okro, add the stockfish, add whatever, all the things you want to add, the meats and so on and so forth. But this is how I just want to do mine today. So I add the okra. Once the okra goes in, all I need to do now is cook it for another 3 minutes. Don't overcook your okra, because you still want to taste, you still want to have that bite of okra in it. And once you overcook it, then it's a different story on its own. You've lost as much nutrient that you should be keeping in your soup. So I'm going to cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes max. Oh, look at that. That is so thick. Feel free to add more water if you want, but I don't want to add any more water. The soup is for a client, and the client wants their soup very thick, not runny. They want to see the bite of fish inside. They don't want too much oil. You know, we have to cook with consideration to specification of our clients. Remember to taste for seasoning. I've added enough seasoning for myself, so you check yours. 4 minutes later, we have our yummy delicious pot of ogbono soup all ready and cooked. Look at that, very minimum amount of oil. You do not need a lot of oil in your food. You just need a little bit. And the okra is cooked already because I hand-sliced them very thinly. So if you're cooking it in chunk, you might need to leave it for 5 minutes. But mine just took me less than 4. It took me less than 4 minutes. So we're gonna serve now. Over here, I've got my pounded yam. Not really pounded yam. It's just yam flour. You know how we call it here in London. Oh, we're making a mess a little bit of mess. Use any meat of your choice in preparing this soup, okay? Don't be constrained to one meat or say, oh, this is the only meat I'll use. Use any meat. It doesn't have to be beef only or something. Just gonna give that a good clean. Thank you so much, guys, for always tuning in. You can find us on Instagram, Awesome Dishes, Twitter, Awesome Dishes with additional S, Facebook, Awesome Dishes. I'm sorry, Facebook, Instagram, Niger Infusions, Snapchat, Awesome Dishes. Thank you so much, NigerInfusions.com, for all your party meals, your birthday meals. We're here to serve you 24/7, and for all our great spices. Thank you very much. I still need to give that a little bit of clean, but hey, the soup is ready. Enjoy.